Ugh. Hi guys, I'm Andrew McCoskey and welcome to another video in this video series. This video is going to be a little bit different than my other videos. I know usually we're talking about intelligent design. We talk about kind of the more scientific side. And this one really isn't a kind of an argument for intelligent design. It's just kind of, I guess, me thinking along the lines of the implications of intelligent design versus the implications of the neo-Darwinism theory. I'm sure you guys have watched my other videos. I hope you have. If not, check them out. But this guy's my good friend Melvin the monkey. We're besties, so I'm going to set you down, Melvin. But like I said, I was just kind of thinking about the differences of the implications of intelligent design and then the neo-Darwinism theory, because it's a really big part, I think, of the theory. Is just if the theory is true, how do you act accordingly? What do you do accordingly? And I think with the neo-Darwinism theory, at least, how it says that we've arrived here, that we're the products of a purely undirected, unguided process, that through that single ancestor that through macroevolution branched out into the animal kingdom, that we're just products of random mutation and variation. And for me, at least, that's kind of hopeless. It's depressing. It's sad. It's scary, simply. And I'll explain that in further detail. I'm not just not going to explain that. But by that I mean is if we really are just the products of just kind of mistakes, basically, of adaptations that became new species, and so on and so forth. There's no deeper purpose, there's no deeper meaning, and there's nothing to hold ourselves accountable to. And to continue with that, that means there's no objective truth. That everything we know is subjective. Like in the U.S. at least, if you're caught stealing and you're convicted with the crime, that's you'll be sentenced accordingly to that. In other areas of the world, that might not be the case. It might be, an eye for an eye, and they, cut off your hands. I don't know. But the point is that even with rules of a society, that's still a subjective thing. There's no objective big picture, and that becomes a big problem. I mean, if you look whenever the principle of Darwinism, of natural selection, of survival of the fittest, whenever that's been applied to a society, politically and socially, it's resulted in disaster. If you look at the early to mid 20th century, if you look at fascism, if you look at Hitler, look at the Holocaust. I mean, he was definitely drawing from the Darwinistic principle. I mean, I'm not trying to say Darwinists are connected to Nazis, or I'm not trying to call anybody that, or anything like that. But I'm saying it's important to understand that that's kind of how they got to that conclusion. They're saying that we believe that we are the superior race, and that we need to basically cleanse ourselves of these undesirables. We need to get rid of our excess baggage, because we're trying to succeed, trying to be the fittest, trying to survive, and these people are just holding us back. And so, under that principle, because there's no objective truth, it became subjectively okay, to mass murder, millions of these undesirables, many who were Jewish. And so that's scary. The implications of Darwinism, lead to atheism, which I'm not saying is a bad thing necessarily, but it just means there's no greater sense of meaning or value. That we're really just here to continue our strands of DNA, and that everything we know is purely tangible. Everything we know and feel is just temporary, and that it really means nothing. That it's it's in with the wind and gone with the wind. It's just dust. That it's nothing. And to me, that's hopeless. And in the case of applying that socially, it becomes scary. It becomes dangerous. And that's frightening to me. I guess the other side of that, if you look at the implications of intelligent design, to me that's quite a bit more hopeful. I mean, obviously intelligent design does not go into the name of a creator or creators or designers. It just simply states what we see, makes us think there could be a creator or multiple creators. But the implications of intelligent design it means that if there is a higher power, a deity, there could be a deeper meaning to life. There could be a reason we're here. There could be a purpose, and there could be something to hold us accountable to. There could be such a thing as absolute objective truth, which means the way we treat people, the way we act, the way we live, that we should be living in accordance to something and holding ourselves accountable to some form of a standard. And to me, I mean, that's a good thing. There's not that scary element of people living for themselves selfishly, because there's nothing to hold themselves accountable to. There is a sense of meaning and value in everything we know and the way we do everything. There's actually a reason to be here, more than just, you know, being thrown onto this world for, you know, 80 years. There's substance to the way we live and how we live, and there's a sense of hope instead of a sense of nothing, I guess. That's really all I wanted to talk about today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to, you know, continue this conversation in the comment section below, I'd encourage you to do that, and please check out my other videos and comment on those too. I'm all up for the rational discussion. Thank you, guys, and stay tuned.